Hey there, YouTube Nation. Knife Guy Rick here with yet another knife review. Today we have the Mojave and Kizer Original Green Button Lock. So this is a knife that I purchased, I want to say, maybe 2 months ago. And I've been carrying it and using it and was ready to do a review on it. So without further ado, we're going to start where we always start, which is taking a look at the packaging. I always think it's nice to know what kind of packaging it's supposed to come in, just so that way if you ever buy these, you know, kind of aftermarket used, you know what it should come in. And, you know, there always can be counterfeits out there, so it's nice to know. So I think the Kizer's come in kind of the same box for every knife. This box isn't quite as fancy as the Cormorant. But it's got the, you know, the normal box. Here's the information on it, made in China. You know, this is kind of one of China's, you know, premium knife brands, I would say. So you open it up, you got this, the knife comes in here. I got a bunch of Mojave stickers because, I bought it through Mojave Outdoor, which I think is just on Amazon. I think it's kind of like an Amazon, you know, online shop that has a lot of knives and has a lot of Kizers specifically. It comes with the little pouch that has the chamois and then, you know, the information and all that fun stuff. So, I mean, it's nice having, I like the little chamois, it's cool. And I like having the box just so that way, you know, you can, you know, if you ever want to sell it or give it to someone, you got a box, put it in your gun safe, whatever you want to do. All right, so enough of the box. Let's get to why we're here, the knife. So, as always, we're going to kind of start with the specifications of the knife. So this is a, you know, it's kind of that smaller size knife. I always considered a standard knife to be, you know, right around that 3.5-inch blade. So this is a 3-inch blade. I bought this on Amazon, from the Mojave store, and it's advertised on there as a 3-inch blade. When I go online and search this knife, the manufacturer will say it's 2.98 inches long, which is, you know, right under 3 inches. So if you have that need to have a sub 3-inch knife for legal reasons, this should do it. I've measured it myself and it appears to be just barely under that, under the 3 inches. I've always often wondered, you know, if you sharpen the blade several times, does it kind of take enough material off of it to where it would be, you know, just under 3 inches, even if it was a 3-inch blade. So I don't know, you know, I guess you kind of got to weigh that, you know, how much that matters to you. So again, it's the 2.98-inch blade. And then the handle, you know, is just, I think, around 3.5 inches. This whole thing, you know, is just a little over 6 inches or 6.5 inches or something like that. So it's a nice size. You know, it's your typical drop point flat ground blade, 154 cm, there it is. Which I like that steel. It's a middle of the road steel. It's a good steel. It's got a deep carry pocket clip, which a lot of people are liking deep carry pocket clips, black. And the handle is the iodized aluminum matte finish in this this dark green. So the knife weighs just over, you know, 2.5 ounces. I think it's 2.61 ounces. So it's a very light knife. To give you an idea of size, I'm going to do, you know, kind of the sandwich I have here with the, you know, here's a PM3 with the sub 3-inch blade. You know, here's our Kizer, and then here's, you know, the PM2. Again, a lot more straight, a little bit of a different style than the way these are curved. But this is supposed to be, you know, a very similar blade. I mean, you can see it looks, I think it does look a little bit longer. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's about the same. But, you know, so that gives you that. Let me turn it this way. And we'll take a look at a couple others. So, you know, I like to look at this. You know, this is another, this is the Benchmade Mini Osborne, you know. So that's a nice, I think, reference point there. And then if you have the Cormorant, here's the Cormorant, and that's, you know, that's that 3.3 inch blade. So, you know, they gives you an idea of size. You know, I think if you like this, you'll like this. I like the handles. I like, you know, I do enjoy that. I do like this reverse Tonto blade. I think that's why I like this so much. But we'll talk a little bit more about kind of comparing those a little bit later. But this gives you an idea of size. I think, you know, you're in a realm of size there that, you know, with all of these knives, you know, you're all kind of that sub 3 inch. So, all right. So I guess, you know, what do I like about this knife, right? What I like about it is I do like this size. I think it's a handy size. It feels good in the hand. I do like the steel. The button lock is a lot of fun to play with. You have the deep carry pocket clip here. You know, so that's nice. It came like perfectly centered. I was impressed with that. Perfectly centered. And I feel like the badging is really small. You know, it's, you know, just, it says original green right there. You know, there's a very small, you know, insignia there. And then it's very tiny, you know, right there, the numbering and stuff. So yeah, it's very discreet. I think this color, you know, if you are in an office setting, I think it looks great in a pair of slacks. I think it looks good. You know, it doesn't, I don't think it's a very intimidating knife. You know, I think it's a knife that, is very approachable, and you could have it and be around coworkers that don't carry knives, and I don't think they're going to be scared of the knife. So there's that fun button lock. So let's talk about the button lock. This is my second button lock. What's nice about this is the open construction. You can really see it. So there's the you know, plunge lock or button lock right there. You press this, see, and it flies out. I mean, it really has almost that drop free kind of, you know, swing it out, swing it in. Sometimes on the camera it's hard to do it, but yeah, I mean, it's a free dropper right out of the box, right? It's nice, and I've played with it a lot and haven't, you know, broken it or anything like that, so that's always a plus. You know, I think the steel is a good steel. It's also easy to sharpen. I do like the coating. Again, I think it makes it a little bit less noticeable. This is the factory blade, you know, edge that it came with. I think once I sharpen it, you'll see a little bit of a, you know, I think more of an edge on it. But this is what it comes kind of factory-wise. The studs are really nice. I haven't had any issues with the coating. I've cut a lot of stuff with it, and I just cleaned it up, and, you know, it seems good. So yeah, I think it's a, you know, those are all the things I really like about it. The button lock, the size, the feel, the overall aesthetics and look. I mean, it's a really nice knife. I will say, I can carry it tipped down in the pocket like this, but as it being so small and being kind of an office knife, a lot of times I'll put, or, you know, tip up carry in the pocket, I'll put it in my pocket tipped down and then pull it out, you know, like pull it out like this, flip it open. And I find that's easy if I don't want to, you know, holster it here with the pocket clip. So I guess kind of talk about maybe what I don't like about it. I would say, you know, I had a similar experience with the Cormorant, you know, here where, you know, I had to put blue Loctite on it and tighten it because it was coming loose. I had the same issue with this where after using it a few times, this screw was literally coming out. And when I would press the button here, I'd actually see the back pin come out a little bit. And you can see I'm pressing the button and it's not, you know, it's not really moving. And this seems to be working. But essentially, you know, I had to use, you know, blue Loctite, you know, and I have the screws, you know, the screwdrivers to be able to screw this. So you definitely would want to have one of those. So there's a little bit of maintenance. I also had to oil it. You can see in here, there's a little bit of wear on that plunger right there. Put a little bit of oil on that because it was very sticky. When I first got it, it was sticky and it would click but after using it and oiling it, it is smooth. It's smooth as butter now. So that's something to be mindful of. It came centered perfectly, which is great. But as it would loosen up, it would rattle a little bit. So I do this and you'd hear it rattle. It's not rattling because it's tightened up. But it would rattle. You can see there's a little bit of wear right here, from, I think, the blade sort of rattling right there. So there's a little bit of wear right here. And then even on the blade, I think, there's a little bit of wear right here. Very, very so slightly. I think when it was sort of rattling. So, with that, there's a little bit of maintenance. I had my oil, I had my blue Loctite, and, that's how I solved that problem. And then it's a really nice knife, So, I do like this open construction. And what's interesting, just to talk about button knives in general, I wanted to bring out some auto knives. So here's an auto knife that's open construction, and here is a ProTech that's open construction or semi-open. So you can see the ProTech has a plunger in there. So this is a very similar, very, very similar, the design of the knives. It's just there's no spring in it. So essentially, to me, it seems like a button lock is very similar to an auto knife, just without the spring. I mean, look, those plungers look almost identical, right? So you can understand, I think, why, why the, and you can see here, see, it depresses, see? You can understand why ProTech, if they make such good, auto knives, they probably make really good, really good button locks. This one, you'll notice the whole thing is in kind of this metal sheath. So even if I press that, you can see it go down a little bit, but it's a little bit different. This one's a little dirty. It's been in my pocket a lot, but, but very similar. So I did find that interesting. When I looked at the Cormorant, the way that it has the metal here and here, so you have the flipper tabs, you can't really see what's happening with the button lock, in there. You have to take it apart to really look at it. But you got to have the flipper tabs. So I do enjoy this because the button's great, the stud's great, and you can kind of see that open construction, which is nice. I mean, if my hand's in the way, yeah. So it almost, but yeah, I mean, it's a good knife. I think it's perfect. Who's this knife for? If you're a knife guy and you wanted to try a button lock, this is pretty reasonably priced. It's $85. There's a lot of people out there that have 10% discounts that you can get. So it's very reasonably priced. I think it's a very nice knife to have in an office setting. I carry this at the office and I think it works wonders. But you do have to maintain it. So if you're somebody that doesn't have blue Loctite or knife lube or, screw sets to do this, and you just bought it, you probably wouldn't be happy because it's coming loose and you don't know how to fix it. And, that can be a pain. But for those of you that are sitting here watching this video, you're probably a knife person that already has all those tools and you don't necessarily need to worry about it. Again, here it is in relationship to this, to the Mini Osborne. Very similar, right? I mean, they're green, black clips. I mean, the only difference is I got a black blade on this. And I always thought of this as a very good office knife. You'll notice the handle's a little bit longer. I like that the handle's longer. It fits better in my hand. I mean, this is a much better made in America knife up here. So if I had to pick the two, I'm going to pick this one. But, I'm shocked at how well I like this and how there are things about this that I like better than that. So, take for it what you will. I think if you're interested in it, picking one up is great. They have a lot of different colors and schemes. I think they, you know, they're sold out right now while I'm doing this video, but they always, you know, come back in. And honestly, I think Amazon seems to have them first. So, and I think you can only get it on the Mojave, you know, shop on Amazon anyway. So there you go. There you have it. It is the original green button lock by Kizer and Mojave. So I hope you enjoyed this. And as always, stay sharp out there.